anymore. I'm here with DC All Access, and I am so excited to bring you guys this movie. What did you think? Pretty awesome, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna bring some of the cast and crew out. We're gonna do lots of questions, and then we'll have time for questions from you guys. It's gonna be great. So first, I'm going to bring out respected playwright, novelist, and screenwriter of Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann, writer of the original Japanese screenplay of Batman Ninja. We got Kazuki Nakashima. Okay, up next, we have original writer and illustrator. Hello. We have original writer and illustrator of Afro Samurai, created the avatar design for the Japanese Academy Award-winning Summer Wars. Love that movie. And also nominated for an Emmy Award for Best Long Animation on Afro Samurai Resurrection. We got character designer Bob Okazaki. Okay, up next, I created the opening animation from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and the opening animation for the video game series for Dragon Quest, director Yumei Mizuzaki. Okay, up next on line we have creators, writers, and executive producers of the Emmy Award-winning and Writers Guild Award-winning live-action series Super Ninjas. We have executive producers of Afro Samurai and Afro Samurai Resurrection, writers of the English language script for Batman Ninja, Liam Chu and Eric Garcia. So that is our production team, but we have an absolute murderer's row of voice actors, Hall of Famers all across the board. First, he is the voice of Puss in Puss in Boots, the current voice of Woody Woodpecker, and for this film, we have him as Two-Face. We got Eric Bauza. Up next, we have one of the most iconic cartoon voices for nearly 2 decades as SpongeBob SquarePants, my fave, and for Batman Ninja, he's the Penguin. Please welcome Tom Kenny. From Young Justice, Batman Unlimited, Ben 10, Naruto Shippuden, to name just a few. Doing double duty in Batman Ninja as Robin and Red Hood, we got Yuri Lowenthal. One of the stars of Reign on the CW and the great UK series EastEnders, as well as the voice of Igniscientia in several Final Fantasy games. Of course, he's pulling double duty in Batman Ninja as both Nightwing and Alfred. We got Adam Crosdell. Alright, up next you can hear him on everything from Family Guy and American Dad to the regular show and Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness. Another actor filling 2 roles today as both Gorilla Grodd and Deathstroke. We got Fred Tatasciore. Alright, we got Arrested Development. We got Veep. And today, as the ultimate yin to Batman's gang, the Joker, Tony Hale. And finally, talk about range. We got the voice of both Sonic the Hedgehog and one of the go-to actors for Batman, Roger Craig Smith. Yeah! Lineup. Look at you guys. Everybody's here. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. This movie is amazing, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say about it. So let's get right into it. I have a question for the Japanese team. What was the origin of this film? What was the thought behind both the story and the vision?
プロデューサーから忍者バットマンという企画を受けて、その上で、だったらもう、日本にタイムスリップして、戦国時代で戦うというのを考えました。
We're gonna have to just guess.
It doesn't appear. Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you very much. So when I was first presented with the idea of Ninja Batman, we of course wanted to bring Batman to Japan, so we needed to time slip him.
いいよ。で、岡崎さんが絵をまず描いて、キャラクターで絵を描いてくれたんで、それに非常にインスパイアされて、筆を取りましたね。
And Mr. Okazaki was the one in charge of course, the character design. I think that was very inspired.
そうですね、バットマン忍者のお話をいただいて、もう本当僕はバットマンが子供の頃から大好きだったので、ちょっともう皆さん、スタッフの皆さんと会う前からもう先に絵をどんどん描いて、それでもうぜひこんな感じでやらせてくださいってこうプレゼンしたのは最初でしたね。
So, the same thing. So, Batman, I mean, I just love Batman since childhood. And when I got this job, I mean, I just immediately started drawing. Everything, like all the ideas just came flowing into my mind. And so, I just put it out there and said, please, just let me do like this. And just put it out there. So.
Awesome. We better see some beautiful Japanese Batman characters cosplaying this time next year, or at Comic-Con. Come and show us your Batman ninja. Ooh yeah. I want to see that Harley Quinn.
And a bunch of monkey G.
Yes.
I'm going as monkey G. Nobody go else as monkey G.
Okay, I've got another question for the Japanese filmmakers. How did you guys set about meshing together sort of Western and Eastern flavors for Batman?
この外国の皆さんが持っている日本のイメージというのがあって、それは侍であったり忍者であったり眼帯ロボであったり、そういうものを僕らがより誤解した形で世界に伝わればいいなと思って拡大解釈して楽しく作りました。
So I think when you think of Japan, it's very easy to go to your go-to stereotypes. You know, you got your samurai, you got your ninja, and you got gatai, which of course is code for transformation or combining. So we decided to put all those ingredients together in one place, and this is what we got.
デザインの方はあんまり東洋と西洋で合体みたいなことはあんまり考えなくて、もう自然に、バットマンが忍者ならもうこれがベストだろうっていうのをもう本当に探って、楽しく、考えました。
So I wasn't really caught up with the idea of West versus East and trying to mesh those. It was just like whatever came to me naturally. Batman was a ninja. This is how it's going to be.
日本はおもてなしの国なので、アメリカからやってきたバットマンを日本のプロダクションで、やっぱ日本のアニメでよくある、ロボットと戦うとか、そういうような一通り日本のアニメで行われることを全て洗礼を受けていただいて、で最後はボス様に帰っていただくと、そういうふうに作っております。最後ボス様。
So when we got the offer to work on Batman project, we as a Japanese company, we wanted to incorporate a lot of Japanese anime tropes, I guess, into this show. So often in Japanese anime, giant robots fight each other. So we definitely wanted to put that in. And then we also added a lot of different other stuff that you might have noticed. And then in the end, they just returned to Batman was the whole point.
Awesome. Thank you for reminding me about those mechs, man. Wow! When I saw those, I was like, what is happening? This is amazing. But you guys have managed to pack in so many Batman characters. You've got Joker, Gorilla Grodd, a few Robins, also Catwoman. I want to know, what were some challenges of putting that many characters in one movie?
そうですね、日本人がその DC ユニバースのキャラクターを扱う機会が何だろうか分からないので、できるだけたくさんの人たちで絵を描いてみたいなと思って思い切り詰め込みましたね。
That was kind of like a wish list for me. You know, we're a Japanese company and took all these characters from the DC universe and wanted to see what would happen.
そうですね、本当にこのお話にあれだけのキャラクターを詰め込むのは本当中島さん大変だったと思うんですけど、もうとにかく僕は個人的にもう全部のキャラを描きたかったので、もうこんなチャンス二度とないかもしれないと思って、もう本当に本当はもっと描きたかったですね。
So I know Nakashima-san worked really hard to get as many characters in the movie as much as possible. I mean, but personally, I wanted all the characters if I could. But I mean, it was just such an honor to work on this piece.
振り返ってみて、皆さんと一緒に見てみてちょっと反省したのは女性キャラクターが少なかったなと。だからこのゲストもみんな男性だし、そこは花がなかったら次回作になるかもしれないな。
Yeah, so actually looking back, I realized I sort of made a mistake that we didn't include enough female characters. Because, I mean, even if you look at this panel, they're all men. So, yeah, that's something that...
Barely.
Did each of you have a favorite character that you really enjoyed bringing to life?
やっぱりジョーカーですね。ジョーカーとハーレークイーンかな。
For me, it's definitely Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yes.
ちょっとね、僕はちょっと決められないかな。ベインかな。
It's he's in casting first way. He really has a difficult time choosing. Really like that.
僕は人間ではないのにすごくイケメンに描くことができたゴリラグロッドなんです。
Actually, so my favorite character, he's not even a person, but I was able to draw him very handsomely. Gorilla Grodd.
Thank you.
Awesome. Did you guys have any characters that didn't fit in the movie that you guys really maybe wanted to put in there if you could?
リドラー。
ラザルブル。
ラザルブル。
So the Riddler comes to mind for me.
And Ra's al Ghul, definitely.
I also wanted to include Riddler.
Oh, I would love to see what those costumes look like, man. Okay, so now I have a question for Eric and Leo. How did you guys go about translating and sort of Americanizing the scripts?
Well, first of all, we did not translate it. Yeah, it's not a translation. I would call it more of an adaptation than a translation. The process, as many people in the audience already know, for making anime is very different than Western animation production process, and we kind of got it in sort of bits and pieces. Like you got little, basically we got a very, very rough translation of the Japanese dialogue, just like a list of lines. And then we got little sketches and little pictures and storyboards of stuff all in black and white like sketches. And they were like, go do it. And we were like, oh, okay. And what was interesting is that I think Warner Brothers really miraculously left all the creatives alone basically in this process. And they really wanted the Japan team to make this authentically anime, and they sort of entrusted us to make it authentically Batman. So our job was really to go through and make sure the characters felt like what we understand as Batman characters and Batman villains.
And I'll just add that it's like, you know, with any of these things, you're really approaching it as a collaboration. You know, what the great fun of it is that, you know, we get to work with these hundreds of people, amazing great artists, amazing great voice talent, and it's like everybody adds like a little different element to it. And so that translation was really just a lot of observation, a lot of seeing like, you know, how this is playing, looking at the acting that the artists were putting into the characters, and really trying to draw out those essences as we wrote it.
I'm very curious to see what the fan reaction is going to be. Actually, I know what some of the fan reaction is going to be when they watch the Japanese sub version versus the English version, because there are scenes in dialogue that is remarkably different, mostly because anime is primarily, as many people here know, a visual storytelling medium, and the visuals drive everything. And for us, I think as Western audiences, we have a different storytelling tradition, and we want more narrative, sometimes character arcs and themes that are woven in. For instance, in the big fight with Batman and Joker, in the Japanese version, they're talking about real estate and Japanese history. During that part, and some of those jokes may not have translated into a Western version, and so we kind of felt like it was like one of the best sword fights we'd ever seen, and wanted to make it much more badass between them. So it kind of gave it a slightly different flavor there.
But some of the things we tried, and we kept it strictly Japanese, you know what I mean, because we thought, I mean, the literal translation of it, because we felt that conveyed the essence of it, you know, much better.
Yeah, like Bane, for instance, all those lines were left in Japanese.
Yeah. So the picture was locked when you guys came in with the script, is that correct?
No. When we came in, no, it was very, very early in the process.
Wow.
And so it was like a constant surprise as to what we were seeing. Like we would just get little pieces of it, and we're like, oh my gosh, Gorilla Grodd is in this. Like to me, he's more a Flash villain than a Batman villain, but it worked for the story. Or like on our side, we discovered Bane was in it very, very near the end of the production process.
We didn't see that.
Yeah.
So Eric, Liu, and Bob, you guys worked together before on Afro Samurai. Did that lend any help working together on Batman Ninja?
I think we're just super excited because, I mean, Bob's designs are amazing. They're amazing, you know, in Afro Samurai, and they're amazing in this. So, yeah, we loved it.
We actually heard about the project first. We were at this beer garden at this place called The Grove in LA. Drinking beer.
That's a love for The Grove, I guess.
I know, right? And we're like drinking beer, and then we heard, Leo, Eric. And we're like, what? And we turn around, and Bob is like standing there. And we're like, what are you doing in the United States? And he's like, Batman Ninja. Oh, great. And then we're like, oh. And then we got sort of pulled into the project. But I will say, having worked with Bob before, we know like some of the themes that are really incorporated into his design work. And like a lot of times in Bob's designs, like technology is bad and nature is good. And those are sort of themes that we try to tease out in the adaptation. And I think you see that throughout the film, where the Joker and Gorilla Grodd use all this technology, and it isn't Batman until Batman returns to his natural self and his natural state that he's able to destroy them. And actually, Batman loses most of his tech very early in the movie.
Wow.
I'm less afraid of Tony now that I've seen the Joker. I'm like, okay, now I know where this guy's coming from.
I thought it was fantastic. It was unbelievable visually, and I mean, it's classic Batman villains double-crossing each other, and yeah, breathtaking. Good job, well done.
Really cool and unusual melange of elements and stuff that I like. You know what I mean? Like as soon as Lone Wolf and Cub Comics hit the U.S., I was in on that. You know what I mean? That just hit me at the right age and the right place and the right time. And I also love like samurai movies and spaghetti westerns or whatever, like hard-boiled detective stories where there's a bunch of kind of factions fighting, you know, kind of competing against each other, and then you drop like an X Factor like Batman in the middle, or Clint Eastwood's Man with No Name or something, and he just kind of gets everybody working against each other. I just love
Yojimbo's trope.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So yeah, I just loved it from the get-go. It was a little unusual in that the voices were already recorded, so we had to fit our voices into those existing holes, so to speak. Wow, that came out wrong. And so there was a little bit more Rubik's Cube than we usually do, where the voices are done first and then the animation to the voices. But yeah, it was a really interesting process and cool project.
Yeah, when I walked in to do it, the first sound when they started showing me stuff was like this, because that was my jaw hitting the floor. I was so happy And it was so crazy and insane, and I said, Warner Brothers, DC can't possibly actually be letting you do this, right? Do they know that you're doing this? They're like, yeah, no, they're pretty hands-off. And then, Leo and Eric walked into the room, and I recognized Bob's stuff, because Bob and I worked together on Afro Samurai. And again, he put me, he didn't have, this wasn't his choice, but somehow I ended up as a character who covers his head in a giant mask. Again. But I was just, it was so bad. And I couldn't, they said you can't talk about it for a while. And all I wanted to do was scream it from the rooftops. You guys are going to be it's so insane.
Yeah, I think it's completely similar to you. Walked in, similar sound, jaw dropping. I mean, firstly, so absolutely amped to be part of any Batman project. And then I went in and they said, would you like to see some of the visuals? And I was like, would I? And they switched it on, and I was transported instantly. I got sort of chills. And I think I said to the guys, I think this is an instant cult classic. I think this is, it's genius, and I'm delighted to be a part of it.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't believe that I was asked to do this. You're kidding me. And then seeing this combination, it was so immersive. I couldn't believe the world, the artwork that was there, the character design. And here we are going to do these, add the voices, as you say, to the whole. And we're going to do these voices. And then the facial expressions that were already there gave us so much as actors. I couldn't believe it. I got so much out of that gorilla, just the way his face was. And I knew all these people. And that was already in the artwork,
Tana Shore's in the mist.
Monkeys in the house. No, I was just blown, I was completely blown away.
I thought it was okay. I was brought in, I think maybe later, and I was just so happy for a gig. I thought it was just really fun to play the Joker, but honestly, so much of the work, these animators and directors and writers, they do so much work. I mean, that's stunning. And then we come in and I just acted insane and laughed a lot. But it was really an honor, so I was really excited to be there. Very fun.
For me, the absolute first thing I was impressed by was how believable Adam's accent was. It was spot on. No? Tough crowd. Took a lot more. No, visually, honestly, when there were breaks in between some of the recordings, it was I just found myself studying the stream because there's so much ornate detail. And when it comes out on May 8th, plug, you're going to want to pause it in so many moments and actually just take in all the detail that visually they managed to capture. So it was just such a feast for the eyes. It was like Yuri, I just went going, you're going to let me do this?
Roger, it comes out on digital on April 24th.
On April 24th, Batman Ninja?
April 24th, a month from today.
Thank you, Yuri.
Yeah.
We all just saw it live.
How
about that? Blu-ray's in May, right?
In May 8th for the Blu-ray and DVD, by the way, digital April 24th.
Pimpin' ain't easy, yo.
I wish I could keep you guys here all day. We don't have a ton of time left, but I really, really want to know, for the filmmakers, I heard that there are some Easter eggs in this film, and maybe you guys can check it out when you watch it for a second time on May 8th or April 24th for digital streaming. Can you tell us a little bit of those Easter eggs?
I hope that penguin egg.
トゥーフェイスのコイン、コマ送りで見ると、アメリカの効果と日本の古い効果が貼り合わせてあるんです。
So if you look at Two-Face's coin that he flips, if you look at it frame by frame, you can tell that one side is American and the other side is ancient Japan's currency.
It's also Canadian. There's a Canadian coin. Yeah.
And I have a question for Tony. I mean, the Joker has gone through just so many iterations, so many actors have stepped into it, and I just really want to know, what was your thought process stepping into this character? How did you make it your own?
Good question. I don't know. I knew someone was going to ask me that.
You can say it, Tony. It's okay. We're all friends here.
I went to an insane asylum, and I don't know how. I don't know. There was like a lasciviousness to him that it was really fun to play, and just I knew that there was obviously a lot of very talented actors that like Mark Hamill that did the Joker and stuff, and were so good. And you kind of go in, and I don't want to match that brilliance, but I just kind of acted insane, and I do a lot of awkward characters, and it's a forte of mine. But yeah, it was, I don't know, I think we just kind of, and Eric and Leo were there, and Michael, the director.
Yes.
Just did a fantastic job guiding us, and it's a lot of screaming, but it was really fun, really fun. And it's so great to see it on the screen. This is my first time seeing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We actually had a nickname for Tony, and we called him Iron Throat in the recording booth because there was so much screaming and laughter. We did not know how you did that for like 8 hours a day. It's great.
Yeah, not one laugh was the same. You know, like it's not looped. Yeah.
I'm just crazy.
We don't have so much time left, but I would love to just go down the line and ask which one of you, if you have a favorite scene in the movie that just stands out for you, either as actors or watching the movie or creating it.
Oh, I love the onsen scene in the hot tub. I think it's awesome.
The barrel of monkeys scene where they start piling up, and again any toothy scene.
Yeah. Well, Batman is the world's greatest detective, so my favorite scene, I think, is when Batman looks at that piece of paper at the beginning and says, "That's Japanese." And that's me. Damn, this guy's good. Shit!
There's a line where at one point where I think it's Two-Face's a giant robot. Which I mean, think about it. Half of the world is watching Pacific Rim Uprising, and you guys get to see this. I don't know. I'm gonna see it tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, but I think they just stole their thunder. But there's one line when Red Hood says, "That was cool." Yeah. And like I was like, that's what we're all thinking right now. Yeah. I never thought I'd see this, and we get to see this. I didn't even know I wanted this. Now I can't live without it.
I love just the whole sort of tonal change from when Joker and Harley sort of had lost their minds and become sane again. And the whole aesthetic of that blazing sort of summer and the snake in the tree, I thought, that was just marvelous, so unexpected. And as you say, animate the visual melange, beautiful.
With that, I love seeing their relationship. There was just a certain kind of bizarre, wonderful love that was wonderful. Even when they were being deceptive, it was just great. I love that. Of course, I love the monkey scenes. Just that building up of the monkey is just incredible. And gosh, there's too many wonderful scenes. I loved it. I loved it all.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, the samurai. Sorry to interrupt. That fight between at the end. Quiet. No. Batman, Joker. You guys had a scene when you fight at the end. I thought that was really amazing because it really showed who they were.
I agree with what you said about it when they kind of turned to farmers. It kind of turned into almost like a painting, the way it was done. Almost, I don't know if it's right, like a Degas painting. It was just really beautiful and abstract, and I love that. It's really intense, guys. Just give you that piece of information.
I laughed out loud the first time I saw it, which was 2 nights ago. Red Robin, Will Friedle, correct? Did I get that right? Yeah. Will? Yeah. Who can't be here. He sends his love. But Monkey Chi suddenly has a sister or a girlfriend, and she just appears out of nowhere.
Who is that?
And Will just like, it is so quick, you gotta see it again. His character just goes, "Who's she?" Yeah. That's what we're all thinking. I literally busted out laughing. Who's she? And then they just keep going, like, okay, there we go. Tandem monkey flute playing time. Great. It's the little things that I like.
And for our Japanese team, is there any scene that you guys have that you like really loved and really stood out to you?
ジョーカーの合体のように猿とコウモリの合体が勝つのを受け入れてくれるかなと思って非 常に不安だったんですけど、今日受けたんでほっとしました。
So, I mean, I think we can all accept that robots can, combine and transform into a giant robot, but I was really worried about if you guys would be convinced with monkeys and bats kind of robots. So I was thinking of your reaction.
そうですね、やっぱね、僕が全部好きなんですけど、やっぱり僕ケイン版のバットマン、巨大バットマンのシーンがやっぱりすごい大好きですね。
So there's a lot, but my favorite would have to be the Bob Kane version of Batman.
Yes. Yes.
僕は結構前半のバットボールヒッター、ボン、バットウィン、バットウィン、ボン、バットサイクル、サイクルがアーマードバットマン。アーマードバットマンは日本のモスピーダとか書いてた荒牧さんにデザインしていただいて、ガンズですね、ロボテックです。
First part. So I actually like the scene in the first half where the Batmobile is like boom, and then like it comes into the what do you call the Batwing boom, and then the Batcycle boom, and then like finally you get the armored Batman, and then the armored Batman is. So the design of the armored Batman was done by Shinji Aramaki, who worked on Robotech.
Oh, I want to see a toy that has all those gimmicks in it.
WonderCon exclusive.
And for our writers, just before we finish up, is there anything that you guys really liked in terms of scenes?
Yeah, I just love, you know what, I love that it kept on surprising you, which is so hard to do in a movie. Like every time you think, you're like, oh, okay, I kind of get where this is going, it just turns and like surprises you visually. I also love the fact that the penguins somehow found penguins in Japan.
Awesome.
I can't wait to see the cosplay. I really can't wait to see it. This is such a good work to Batman cosplay.
Get sewing immediately.
Yeah.
Get to it, you guys.
I want to see it in San Diego already. Or maybe later today. Yeah, arts and crafts time.
Go.
Well, unfortunately, we are all out of time. I would keep you guys here all day if I could. I really would. Thank you so much. You have created such a good part. Before we let you guys go, we actually really wanted to take a picture of the audience to show Japan. And so if any of you are not cool getting photographed, no judgment, just hide your face. But we're going to take a picture to share with Japan.
Wow. That guy's like, I'm on parole.
I'm going to take a picture for my Instagram.
Wait, that guy back there was blinking. Can we do it again?